York. Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
After playing all day, running in the yard, playing soccer, eating food, hanging out, dancing, watching movies, everything. Full day on Monday. Get home late too, like 9:30. That's way late for Issa to be out. Need to take a bath. You've been rolling around in grass.
That's right.
Take a bath. Breakdown, full on breakdown.
Why?
Screaming. I don't like you guys.
Whoa.
She said she doesn't like you.
Well, she said you guys, me and her mom. We was both catching it. And we just stood there and we actually both started laughing. Don't laugh, it's not funny!
Where'd this come from?
We don't know. Bedtime is always some sort of something. There's a maneuver. I don't know. Now all of a sudden, I don't know how to undress. I don't know how to take my shoes off all of a sudden. Read me another book. Like, it's always a panic yes cast.
How old is Issa now?
2.5. She'll be 3 in August.
Okay.
I don't like her. And rage, too. And so, me, I looked at it, I was like, well, you stuck with me. I'm not really here to be liked by you, but you're going to get in this bag.
I love that you always entertain her literally.
Yeah.
What else am I supposed to do?
What does she say when you look at her with a blank face and be like, hey, you're stuck with me?
Don't talk to me. I don't even know. Nobody's ever talked to her like that. Who has ever said don't talk to you before like that?
But she doesn't, she learns a lot, but she's smart. Some of it's just stuff that she feels and says.
But like in some ways, you're thinking like, how did you put words to that emotion without seeing it happen before?
Because she's smart.
That's what I'm saying. Like
she's grown. Like I think Issa is a little bit ahead. I think she's like emotionally 5 or 6 months ahead of children. She's smart. She gets into things too fast.
She's FaceTime right now, and I was trying to get off to get on the air. She's like, I'm not done with you yet. You're not even talking to me. She just wanted me to sit there.
Yeah, she's a human. It's crazy. She's got her own thoughts, ideas, emotions.
I don't like you guys.
Yo, she sounds. Does she follow you on Twitter? She sounds like someone who's in your comments.
I gotta check. I'm gonna check her phone. She doesn't have a phone, ladies and gentlemen. We would never let that happen.
What's your age for phone? Have you decided?
I haven't decided yet. It feels like most kids are getting it around 9.
Shawnee,
Call right now.
age?
What is the phone age for kids?
I don't know.
Shawnee, have you decided?
I don't know either, man.
What about
you have a
your
teenage
daughter?
daughter.
It was like.
Well,
she was
teenage, she's
irresponsible.
18.
Yeah, she's 18, 19, but she was irresponsible at first. She lost like the first 2 phones.
But what age did she get one? Do you remember?
It was like 13.
13.
Oh, teenager. Okay.
But it feels like it's getting lower now.
Yeah, my godson got one at 10. What? 10.
And can he call on it, or is it just for playing games?
No, he could call on it. Call on it, text messages, and everything.
Because they do have phones
just for kids, right?
Just for kids that can only call like up to 4 numbers.
Yeah, you program it.
Actually,
yeah. Games.
My 8-year-old has that. It's a watch though.
Oh, so
four phone numbers programmed in his watch phone that he can call for emergencies.
In his watch phone?
Yeah, it's a watch phone so that
it's for kids though.
But it's you can talk into the watch?
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Ooh, I
can
like
you
that.
imagine when
If
we were
we had
kids and
that.
someone said, if your parents been like, listen, here's what I'm going to give you. You can't use it for everyone, but you have 4 numbers. You can call them from your wrist. I would have been like, what?
Right. It's only grandma, me, mom, and
Hot 97, turn your radio down. We're talking about phones for kids briefly. Just because, turn your radio down,
he's
please.
not
We're
the
talking
one.
about
He's not
phones
the
for
one.
kids. So if you're calling up right now, turn your radio down.
I
Trying to
think-
figure out what the age is, the appropriate age.
I think the thing is, it's really about keeping track of them. So you don't want to give a phone just because you want them to start playing with phones and calling friends.
Well, you don't want them on social media.
Right.
That's
So
not what
for
you
my
do it
daughter, it was 13 because at that point she was taking the bus.
Got
and
it.
we need to keep track of you.
Got it.
For my son, also, he goes to after school. He has to walk from the school to the after
But see,
school.
that's-
Here's
I
a
love
watch
the
for
watch phone idea.
emergency.
Shawnee, that's for you. And the watch phone idea is great. But I'm telling you, we're going to get some calls right now that kids have phones. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
7 years old.
Because they have, like, kids are getting iPads at 4 or 5 years
See,
old.
now the iPad, they have like, what's it called? Like Baby Einstein, like where they use their brain. It teaches them how to count. Like they can do things that they would normally do in books. They can do on the iPad.
Right.
Right, like Issa loves watching Moana. She loves watching Frozen. She loves watching whatever. I can put a pair of headphones on her, give her an iPad, sit her on the couch. She'll watch a film.
Yeah, bro. But
Or when we get on a plane or whatever. Or she'll play like a letter game. They'll teach her how to draw
course.
letters.
Right,
But she
right.
doesn't have her own iPad. That's not a thing.
see, it is a thing. There's kids out there with their own iPads.
Yeah, my son
at
has had
4,
one since
5.
4th.
Wait, your 4-year-old has an iPad?
He's 5 now. He's had one since 4.
Yeah, it's a thing. And by 6, 7, they already know how to FaceTime.
Yes, Issa definitely knows how to FaceTime.
She FaceTimes Ebro every day.
There you go.
Selena from Rochelle, New Rochelle. Selena,
Hi.
how old did you get
Yes, good
the
morning.
cell phone for your kid? How old?
Well, I don't have a kid, but I'm talking of my personal experience. My first phone was when I was 9 years old, but it was only the phone that was able to, like, play games and call, like, 4 numbers.
Okay, so it was one.
So I feel like that's appropriate.
Yeah, it was one specifically for kids. Leslie, out there in Spring Valley.
Hi.
How old was your kid when you got him a phone?
Well, my daughter's 11. That's my oldest daughter's 11, and she just got a phone. But I think the appropriate age is 13. I personally didn't buy her phone because I don't think she's responsible enough. But her aunt got her a phone, so now she just has
Well,
it.
guess what, Aunt? I'm throwing it out the window, or we're taking it back. If in my house I said it ain't no phone, ain't no phone.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
no, I
right.
know.
Come
But
on,
she's at the
Leslie.
age now-
Put the
I know,
hammer down.
She's at the age now where she gets dropped off to dance, and I just want to make sure that, you know, she's there and I can call her and text
Okay.
her, make sure she's safe and things like that. So
See, I'm with that. I
I'm
like
okay
this.
with it.
Or maybe maybe in that scenario, I'll give you the phone when I'm not around you. But when you at the crib, that phone come back with me.
The watch phone is amazing. I like that idea a lot.
Alexandria out in Queens, how old?
I say 13, but my son is 8. He has a phone, but
What?
he never uses his phone.
All right, hang on. Thank you. I don't want to.
Everybody comes here and says 13, but then they have something else. They're like, I was
Parents,
9, but
what's
I was
happening? Hold your ground out here.
Hold tight, because all they're going to do is play games.
How's she saying
surf
13 is
net.
the age, but her kid?
He's
and then the
8.
one, that's 2 in a row.
You're not.
There's no discipline out here.
No.
I'm reading about one of these watches right now. These kids. I'm looking up these kids'
You're going to
watches.
get one for niece and nephew, maybe. It's a good gift for you.
How old are your niece and nephew now, Rosenberg?
They're 9.
See, they're going to look at you crazy if you do that.
It's connected to your adult
Why? Because
phone.
Cass, you think they're gonna be waiting for a
this kid-
phone?
Yeah, they're going to be like, what am I supposed to do with this? All my friends have phones.
Yeah, nah, this isn't for you. It's a GPS device. That's what it is. It's a damn GPS.
And I don't care what
so
your
we can
friends
find
got.
you. And you know what? Speaking of this subject, though, Ebro, I read an interesting article last week about the most dangerous forms of social media for people mentally. Do you guys see that?
Yes,
No, what is it?
Snapchat was one of them.
The worst one, number one, worst for people's mental health is Instagram.
Because the likes, the photo, trying to keep up with everybody,
It's the-
self-esteem.
It's bad.
Yeah, and then they
Instagram's
said
bad
with
for you.
Snapchat, because it gives you this false sense of beauty and illusion of who you're not really that person.
Y'all
all
with
those
the filters
Yeah.
on every
Yeah.
photo.
And Instagram too. And then there are people out there. There are actually advocates out there fighting for when you use a filter on something, it requiring it to say that it's a filter. So girls can't see pictures of all these adults and think that's how they actually look.
I love this.
Got
So
you.
this is like a whole thing, and they said that actually, interestingly enough, considering the barbarians that are in the comments, I guess they don't add up to meaning very much. The best social media related platform is YouTube. It's the best thing that exists for kids. I guess because in terms of how
Yeah,
much you can
because-
educate yourselves and positive things that exist on there also.
Guys, give
And
it up
it's
for
real
Rosenberg.
life.
Give it up for Rosenberg. He's reading.